It's giving fall. It's giving pumpkin spice. I'm so excited to share this makeup look with you guys. This is my signature makeup look, fall makeup edition. The blush combo and the lip combo are definitely making it a little bit more fall makeup. So I will be sharing those in the video. I feel like I've had a signature makeup look for a while now. Like there's always a makeup look that I always go to, and I feel like it's just certain placements and makeup techniques, tips and tricks that make it my signature makeup look. I am a true believer that every girl should have a signature makeup look, something that's their go-to. It's just an enhanced version of you. So I'm so excited to share this signature makeup look fall edition with you guys because it is literally perfect for fall. It's pumpkin spice and everything nice. So I'm gonna be breaking down this makeup look, giving you guys some makeup tips and tricks, some makeup techniques. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a new video every Sunday. And let's just get into this signature makeup look. You guys, my audio did not record, so this is my second time filming this for you guys, but I am happy to do it. I'm brushing through my brows because I just did my skincare and I just want to make sure I don't have any skincare left on my hair. Sometimes it makes it difficult for the brow glue to stick to. So I'm starting with Maybelline Super Lock Brow Glue. You guys know this has been my favorite product all year long for my brows. And I like to do a little back comb just to get the product in all of the hairs. And then I start combing them the direction that I want lightly. And then I'm gonna start laying them down by applying more pressure and really lay them flat on my skin. And I'm obsessed with this brow routine. This makeup tutorial is also gonna be a little bit about the things that I have switched as I get older in my makeup routine as well, just because things change, you know, your skin, your look, things just look different, okay? One thing I've noticed as I've gotten older is every year in my 30s, I feel like my face gets a little droopier, and I feel like only I notice it because, you know, we are our own worst critics. So I feel like I notice that, but you know what? I have so many makeup tips that give you a lifted look without being too crazy. And this brow routine is one of those things. Look at the difference between my two brows. It truly amazes me. It looks like I'm lifting my brow on this side, like physically lifting it, but I'm not. It's just this brow routine. Like, look at that difference. It makes me look so much more awake and lifted. I am obsessed. I just love that you can actually see a huge difference. All right, so I'm gonna let that kind of dry for a second while I do the other side. I feel like I'm scraping the brow glue this time, like it ran out really quick. I'm also noticing this one doesn't work as good as my last one, or maybe I'm noticing that now that it's kind of running out. I don't know, but that's just something I kind of noticed. I got this one on Amazon. I got the other one at Ulta. Does that make a difference? Who knows? What are your theories? Let me know. The point is to kind of lift them against where they naturally lay. My brows, especially this brow, like to go sideways. So I really try to make it go against that and go a little bit more up than it likes to naturally. I normally switch between two brow routines, and normally I would switch back right now, but the lift that this gives my brows, I'm not letting it go anytime soon. I normally start doing this during summertime because it's hot, and something about doing my brows this way just makes me feel like my face is nice and clean and they stay in place while I'm getting hot. Doing my brows like this is equivalent to putting my hair up in a sleek bun. I don't know how to explain it, but it's the same thing somehow. So for fall, I would normally do a little bit more of like a bushy look, but because of the lift that it gives me and how obsessed I am with it, I'm gonna continue doing them this way. And then I like to brush them down on the top. This gives me more of a clean, defined shape, but also it removes any excess gel that's on top of the brows, I noticed. So it's kind of like a 2-in-1. And then I'm gonna let the brows dry down from here and come back to them later. This is my secret weapon that I've been talking about nonstop. L'Oreal Infallible Skin Ink. This is in the shade 130. This isn't like part of my everyday routine, but this is part of my special occasion events. When I know I'm gonna be sweating routine, like if I'm going out somewhere, I'm gonna use this. I feel like I have been searching for something like this as a sweaty girl. It's a 2-in-1 foundation concealer formula, but it's technically for oily skin, but it's waterproof, sweat-proof, humidity-proof, and it really does work so good. Keep my makeup from separating. So this is always where my makeup kind of comes off and separates because I'm sweating on my upper lip. So this is where I put it. You have to work with it pretty fast because it does self-set. So I just quickly blend that out, and the brush I'm using is the BK Beauty Nikki Ellie Rose N19 brush. This is from volume 2. I'm gonna mention the brushes because I noticed you guys always ask questions about the brushes that I'm using, so I'm gonna include them in today's video. Also going to be linking my favorite makeup brushes down below if you guys wanna check that out later too. So typically for fall, we think dry skin and we want a little bit of glow back. So I would typically start going for a little bit more natural finish foundations, but the new me, the older me, is now going for skin tints. I've been obsessed with skin tints this year. This is 2025 marks the year of skin tints for me. I never ever thought this day would come for me, but it's here. And this is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Skin Tint in the shade 8. And I'm gonna use Sigma F80 flat kabuki brush. This one is like an iconic brush, and I always get questions about it. But yeah, I feel like after this year, there's kind of no turning back to foundations for me. One thing I've noticed as I've gotten older is less is more. And that is especially true when it comes to my base makeup, my complexion. I really try to do the least amount possible. I just feel like it looks better on my skin. I have a very in-depth skincare routine up right now. I take very good care of my skin, if I do say so myself. So when you take care of your skin, you can wear less makeup, and makeup just glides on, absorbs nicely, sits nicely on the face. So really, really take care of your skin, girlies. I promise. Good makeup starts with your skincare. And not only do I like a skin tint, I like to really buff my skin tint in. I want the most sheer coverage possible. I will say skin tints have come such a long way from what I remember them being, and they're not the same as tinted SPFs, okay? They are not the same. They're just all so serumy, and they like almost absorb onto the skin like skincare, and I think that's why I'm so obsessed with them. And look at this. Look at the radiant finish that this gives me. I like that it's radiant and glowy. It feels like it absorbs very quickly and very well, which I like. So it's giving me a very natural look and feel on the skin. Another thing I like to go a little bit lighter with is concealer nowadays. I'm gonna be using the Kosas Revealer Extra Bright. This is technically their concealer formula, but this is a color correcting brightening shade, Illusion. I used to go crazy with the concealer to lift and sculpt my face, but now this is the only place that I put my concealer, and I put it as far away from my under eyes as possible to avoid too much creasing under my eyes. The less complexion product, the better my face looks. I don't know how to explain it. If you know, you know. And then I'm gonna take the BK Beauty Nikki Ellie Rose Volume 1 N17 brush. I get questions about this brush all the time. It's such a special brush. It's so good. I love the size of it, the density, the fluffiness. You can use it for concealer, blush, bronzer, foundation. It's like an old school foundation brush, but it's a little bit more fluffy, and I just love it because I can use it flat like this, but I can also use it on its side and really just get in there. And this concealer just gives me just enough brightness. It's quite literally the perfect shade for me, and I think that's why I love it so much. It's been hard to replace this, and I do have dry skin, so I really do enjoy a radiant, healthy, glowy finish for fall because of course my skin is also getting a little more dry during the fall time, but I've been using a lot of skincare products that have been working very well. My skin hasn't been super dry, surprisingly. I'm loving it. But anyways, to continue with this glowy, healthy, radiant skin, I'm going in with Maybelline Lifter Sticks. This is their multi-use sticks. You can use them as concealer, bronzer, foundation, whatever you want, honestly. And they're kind of like a skin tint formula in a stick form. It's a little bit thicker than my Makeup for Everyone that I also really love, but this one just has a little bit more of a radiant finish. It's a little more creamy on the skin. I love me some creams on my 30+ skin because creams just move with your skin and it just looks so nice and natural. And this is the Anissa Beauty Angled Cream Blush Brush. It's actually called a blush brush, and I'm gonna just really blend this in. I love using brushes that are the exact size of whatever I'm blending. It just makes it so easy to blend. This lifter sticks from Maybelline remind me so much of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Beauty Balm, their skin tint in a stick. The formula is so similar to the way it feels, the way it looks. I was using that as a bronzer for the longest time, you guys know, and I was obsessed with that, but I have to say this is like almost the same. And funny enough, when I was trying to figure out my perfect shade in store, in Ulta they have Maybelline and Anastasia, which is so nice. So I actually went to go get my Anastasia Beauty Balm shade and was comparing it to the Maybelline shades so I could make sure to get the proper shade, and that worked out perfectly. I have to say they're so similar. I think I need to do a short video on like a side-by-side comparison because it's actually crazy. Last cream product is some cream blush, and I feel like blush is such a big part of fall makeup. This is where you really start to get into the fall tones, and I feel like for 2025 I think we're definitely going the berry route for blush, but we don't always have to follow the trend. I'm going to show you another blush that I think is so gorgeous for fall. And if you're a beige girly like me from TikTok, light to medium neutral undertone, you might find that berries aren't that flattering because same. I actually avoid berry blush at all costs, so I'm still trying to figure out if I can find something that gives us that same sort of like berry look. But in the meantime, I switched over to a more peach toned blush because I feel like this is also very fall, like it's giving pumpkin spice makeup. So I'm gonna take the cream blush from the Morphe Cheek Thrills palette. I'm taking the matte cream blush with my Sephora 93 brush. The nice thing about these Morphe blushes is they're actually not super pigmented. I feel like it has just enough pigment to build up. The cream blush is more on the natural side pigment wise, which I think is nice. It's not too intimidating. And look at this color. She's giving pumpkin. She's giving pumpkin spice. And wait till the lip combo. So this is step one of my current fall blush combo. And now we're going to set the face. It's nice and juicy and plump and laid. So now I'm gonna be using the Say Slip Tint Undetectable Baked Setting Powder in Translucent 2. I use this one of two ways. Today I'm gonna be using it with a powder puff from Salon Perfect, and I'm just gonna set the center of my face. I use it this way when I want a little bit more coverage, a little bit more full glam. If I want my makeup to last a little bit longer, I'm gonna use the powder puff. But if I want more everyday makeup vibes, more natural makeup vibes, then I would use a brush. This one is from BK Beauty also, N14, and it just fits perfectly and sets it really nice and naturally. That's the difference between a puff and a brush when it comes to powder. So I'm just going to lightly set. I love this powder so much. It's definitely a natural everyday powder, but it can go full glam, and that's what I love about it. It can do both, and it does them both really well. So this is a really special powder. I've been reaching for it nonstop ever since I tried it. I love it. And I'm gonna put a little bit under the cheeks as well to kind of set there. I will always love powder, but I have to say, as I've gotten older, I definitely don't use as much powder. If you grew up in the 2016s doing makeup, powder was so big, but that was definitely a thing. So if you're still stuck doing your makeup that way and you're wondering why your makeup is looking cakey, crusty, dry, that could be why. Try pinpointing the powder just where you need it instead. It makes a big difference. It gives the skin like this kind of like cloud velvety look. Now I'm gonna go in with Revlon Micro Brow Pencil. If you guys are not new here, then you know this is my favorite brow pencil. I've been using it all year long. This is like my 5th one. I already have a backup. This is in the shade Dark Brown, and I just love it because it goes so well with the brow gel. It works really well with the brow gel, actually. It can penetrate it. It's not overly waxy. It's not overly stiff. It's just the perfect texture, the perfect color. I love it. And I just use strokes so I don't mess up that placement of the brows that I did with the brow glue. And look at that. Wait till we get to the blush and the lip combo. Then the fall makeup is gonna really come together. Right now, we're just doing my normal everyday makeup routine, but we're gonna get to the good stuff. Eyeshadow is definitely optional at this age for me, and it's definitely not something that I have to do every time. In fact, I prefer less eyeshadow nowadays. But if I know I'm not gonna wear too much eyeshadow, I do like to go back in with the L'Oreal Infallible and just clean up the brows just to give some contrast on my eyes. And the nice thing about this one is it's self-setting, so it doesn't mess with my mascara. Sometimes if I use a concealer that's too creamy under my brows, it will transfer my mascara, I have noticed. But not with this one, because this formula sets, so I can like really trust it up there. And we're gonna go in with my trusty, dusty bronzer, e.l.f. Forever Sunkissed. Oh, and the brush I used for my brows is the BK Beauty. Oh my God, is everything BK Beauty so far? BK Beauty and Sephora. A505 brush is like a concealer brush. It is so good. Another BK Beauty brush. This is the perfect blending brush. This brush is so perfect because it just fits in my crease and it does all the work for me. Like, it couldn't get easier than this brush. And look at the difference that a little bit of bronzer makes. There's so many ways that you can achieve a full glam look without having full coverage. I feel like we used to confuse the two, full coverage and full glam, but you can have a full glam look, but really it's very lightweight, very natural. And that is always kind of what my makeup looks are. Like in real life, it doesn't look like too much makeup. It doesn't look too heavy. It doesn't look like a mask in real life. It looks great in photos. And that's really the best of both worlds. I remember one time, this is no tea, no shade. Some people's makeup back then was made for YouTube, like the camera only, like online, and then in real life, it was not translating the same. It was just too much makeup in real life. So my goal with my makeup tutorials and my makeup always is to make sure it looks good on camera and in real life. Okay, I could not find my sharpener, so hopefully I can get this done one more time today. I'm gonna give my lashes a good curl before I do this. You know I really love you guys because I hate doing makeup twice in a day. Like I had to wash my face, start over, and we're doing the exact same look. That's love, okay. All right, now I'm gonna take a little bit of the CoverGirl Exhibitionist Kohl Liner in Rich Brown. It's not black, it's a rich brown. I'm gonna go from this outer corner. I'm gonna use the outer, hold on, oh my gosh, come on. I'm gonna use my outer corner as my guide, and I'm kind of just gonna tug on it and make this little like chunk. I'm gonna use my nail and just pull it out to make the perfect wing. It works every time. If you don't have nails, this is my favorite angled brush to use. It's a Sephora 22 angled liner brush. So freaking good. Again, I'm using my outer corner as the guide and my lower lash line. And I'm gonna use my nail to pull it. Oh my God, perfect every time. And if you want a little bit more definition on your eyes, but keeping it simple, same liner, we're gonna go in this little inner corner where I don't have any eyelashes. And it makes my lashes look thicker because it gives the illusion of having eyelashes all the way there. And doing eyeliner on the inner and outer corners only keeps the eye open, keeps it looking elongated, and just doesn't take up too much space on my eyelid that I feel that I don't really have. And then we're gonna use some mascara from L'Oreal. This is their Panorama Mascara. I love this for a natural or full glam look. It really gives my lashes like this butterfly effect. It does give them a little bit of a lift, some volume, and definitely some length. When you take your time with this, this is a really good mascara. I didn't know until I did. So this is actually really good. It's become one of my favorites, and I only have a handful of drugstore favorites. So I like to take my time with the mascara because, believe it or not, I haven't worn a strip lash in like 2 years. Me 5 years ago would be like, oh, I'll never not wear a strip lash. But honestly, so much has changed. I just started finding mascaras that actually work. I think before I wasn't using a good mascara, and now I know it works for my eyelashes, and I just embrace the natural lash look. So I'm just gonna take my time with this, and then the look is gonna get real juicy. While we let the lashes dry, I'm gonna start doing my blush and under eyes. So we're gonna go in with the powder from the same Morphe Cheek Thrills palette. This is in Bonfire. This is the powder, and this is gonna really intensify that blush shade. I really love this Morphe formula because you can go a little natural with the cream, and then you can take it up a notch with the powder. Such a beautiful combo, and there's still that used one, the cream highlighter blusher one. And then I'm gonna go in with my favorite under eye combo right now, which is a little bit of the Too Faced Cloud Crush blush in Candy Clouds. I am just obsessed with this blush in my under eyes. I don't even think, it's not even blush at this point. It's just part of my under eye routine. And if you're light to medium neutral like me, there's just something about this that wakes the face up, that wakes our skin tone up. So I like to put this kind of like right on top just to bring a little cool tone to it. And then we're gonna take Huda Beauty's new Cherry Peach Easy Bake Powder Duo. This is peach pie and cherry blossom mixed together, and they're already mixed in my container. And then we're gonna saturate the puff and then tap it off on the hand and just start taking this under the eyes and into the blush. I'm gonna take a Sephora 99 brush and I'm going to push the powder in. I'm not gonna wipe it away because I still wanna use all of that powder, but I just wanna press it into the skin more so it doesn't look crazy. I literally say the same things in every video. I'm like a robot. So you can start off a little heavy if you want and really get that bright under eye of your dreams. I will say the Huda Beauty powder is really good for oily skin. It is a much heavier powder, but it's not too heavy. Especially with someone with dry skin, if your skin is prepped properly, you can use Huda Beauty. It truly does give the most flawless looking under eyes though, and I love the scent of it. It might be weird, but I love the scent. So flawless. And if you watched my TikTok video on this, this is the extended version. And like I mentioned, so many people are always worried about what primer are you using? What primer are you using? Girl, forget the primer spray. I feel like setting spray is where it's at for making your makeup last longer, as well as setting your makeup properly with powder. The first one I'm gonna go in with is the Milani Make It Last Original. I say this every time I use a Milani product, but they always perform like high end. So I'm gonna put this all over to really melt the powders into my skin. This will just bring the skin back to life. I love it. I'm also loving the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Liquid Blurring Balm. This one is a mattifying spray, and as much as I love radiant glowy skin, I love a matte look down the center of my face. Not only does this setting spray make it matte, it also gives your skin like this filter look to it. I don't know how to explain it, but it is so good. And then if you want to be absolutely psycho and do the most, like me, this is only if I'm going out. You guys, I do this much if I'm going somewhere special, like to an event. Otherwise, I wouldn't bother doing all three of these. I would just end it at the Milani Make It Last, but these two are extra for when I'm going out. The L'Oreal Infallible 3-Second Mist is going to make your makeup transfer resistant, but it also leaves a radiant finish. So I really like it on the sides of my face. I swear this combo will just, what makeup? What makeup? This is my long lasting lip combo. Okay, not all of these steps are necessary, but I'm gonna show you the long lasting version, okay? We're gonna start with the CoverGirl Outlast Lip Stain in the shade Shuggy Girl. This is like one of those shades that's like my lip but better. I have small lips and I'm always catfishing with my lips, so lip liner stains have been a lifesaver for me and my lip combos. And then I put this all over after I outline. I'm telling you, it's doing the most, but it works. The next one is Huda Beauty Lip Contour Stain in Soft Nude. The only reason why I'm not using two CoverGirl ones is the shade range, unfortunately. So we have to use Huda Beauty in Soft Nude, which I have to say is not the same color as what it's shown as on the bottle, or it's the way that it mixes with my lip, but it always looks red to me. But I love these because they give my lips natural definition, and when my lip combo comes off, I still have that definition and dimension on my lips, and I don't feel like, oh my god, my lip combo is missing, my lips are missing, you know? Small lip girl problems, okay? And then Anastasia has some of the best lip pencils in the game, wooden lip pencils. I know there's girls out there like me who just love a wooden pencil, classic. And they came out with new fall shades just in time. So we're gonna use 2 of them. We're gonna start with Cinnamon. This lip combo is what makes the entire thing a fall makeup look. This is a very vampy look in person, okay? It's a very dark lip, but I love it. Then I'm gonna go in with Stormy, which is a gray, and it's gonna neutralize everything. And then Anastasia also has these new matte lipsticks in new shades, and this shade Spice is my favorite. It's like a warm brown. If this doesn't scream fall, I don't know what does. Like, if you think about it, the look is actually really simple, but it looks very full glam because of the blush combo and the lip combo. The eyes just have a little bit of eyeliner and mascara. Like, there's not too much going on, but it makes a huge difference in my appearance and really elevates my look, right? Okay, let's just put a little bit of freckles on. This is from Ulta and the Peanuts collection. I don't know if I love it yet, but all right. All right. Okay. It's a wig! Just kidding. Every time I wear my hair down, all of a sudden, I feel like I have a wig on. I don't know, like, I don't know. I'm crazy. This is the final makeup look. What are we thinking? It's definitely giving fall makeup. And this is what I call a signature makeup look because it's something that I go back to over and over again. It makes me feel like myself, but elevated. It makes me feel confident. It looks good for special events. It looks good in real life. It looks good in photo and video. Like, it's everything. Makeup should make you feel good, feel your best. And I feel like every girl should have a signature makeup look, and mine is always evolving, and I notice that it changes with the seasons because I like to bring in different blushes for fall, different lippies for fall, but at the base of it, at the very like makeup routine of it, it is the same type of routine. I'm just switching the colors and maybe the finishes a little bit for the season. So this is my signature makeup look, fall edition. What do we think? I am obsessed. It's giving pumpkin spice. And honestly, I'm here for this blush. We don't need berry blush over here, okay? Just kidding. If you guys have any berry blush recommendations that you would like me to try on our skin tone, on my skin tone, for you guys, let me know. Of course, I would be willing to try them for you guys. And if you made it all the way through and you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to like the video and leave a comment. I would love to know if you guys, 1, have a signature makeup look, 2, have a favorite fall lip combo. Let me know in the comment. And also, don't forget, if you want to keep up to date with all the things going on, make sure to follow me on my other platforms as well, Instagram and TikTok. I would love to have you guys over there also, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.